Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And my question is for Ms. Daniel Davis. Here we are again talking about a 5-year plan and lease sales within the Gulf of Mexico. I've never seen such slow walking in my life, to the detriment of my home state of Mississippi. Referring again, a report prepared during the Obama administration, and I know you served under the Obama administration, looked at greenhouse emissions from offshore operations under various leasing scenarios. Under the no leasing scenario, the report concluded that net greenhouse gas emissions would actually increase as the country would simply turn to imported oil, produced in areas with less environmental controls to meet oil demand. Ms. Daniel Davis, what are your views on pausing lease sales and slowing permitting, given that this actually hurts the administration's goal to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by forcing the nation to turn away from cleaner U.S.-produced oil?
Thank you, Senator. And I want to reiterate that leasing is ongoing, onshore and offshore. Of course, the court ruling on lease sale 157 has been referenced here. And as far as permitting, that too has been ongoing onshore.
So what is your answer, and can you tell me, by forcing the nation to turn away cleaner oil that is produced, what are your views on that?
So I think I'm sort of thinking about the role that I have at the department and my awareness around onshore and offshore production, and that it has continued and stayed at a level that is historic, which means the revenues coming off royalties have been produced. People have kept working. And in fact, I think there's been an uptick in activity as we're coming out of the pandemic. So that's really my orientation, is sort of thinking about the role I have at the department and the work that I'm doing with the bureaus on, moving forward with the oil and gas leasing program.
So you think that it is appropriate and that you're going in the right direction there? That is your opinion?
Well, I do feel that we're moving forward with the leasing program onshore and offshore, and that, again, production has continued, permitting has continued. There are over 9,000 permits available on the onshore public lands that could be utilized.
And we've witnessed the Biden administration pleading with Russia and OPEC for oil and natural gas instead of increasing domestic supply, and we continue to dig ourselves into a huge hole by tapping into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. We know the oil and natural gas will be part of the U.S. energy portfolio for decades to come. So why is the administration so determined on constricting domestic production and forcing us to rely on adversaries for our emergency stockpile? Please make that make sense to me.
So the Secretary Holland, I know when she appeared before the committee, certainly confirmed what you said, that oil and gas will be a part of America's energy signature for a while as we move toward a more clean energy economy. And I just, with sort of production ongoing and so many permits available to drill onshore and offshore production, where we have leasing areas of up to 70% available that aren't being produced right now, I feel like we're in a position where there is a lot of sort of production activity that can continue.
And will DOI timely fulfill its statutory obligation to have a new 5-year program in place in a timely manner so there is no gap between the existing plan and the commencement of a new one?
So BOEM is absolutely working forward on the next 5-year plan. As you know, I think probably better than anyone, OXLA is a very prescriptive law, and they are following the process carefully so that we get some good outcomes.
Do you have any idea of when we can expect it to be finalized?
So again, BOEM is working carefully on the required analysis. We were in the position when we came in of, I think you're probably aware the previous administration had put forward a plan. It included a number of sensitive leasing areas proposed, Pacific, Atlantic, Florida, and then they had not really taken any action for about 3 years. So there is a lot for BOEM to sift through, and we, of course, have overlay of litigation and rulings, which actually also inform the analysis and look in that they're doing. So I don't have a timeline for you here today, but they are absolutely working forward on it.
But I mean, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months? No idea?
So again, this sort of falls into the deliberative posture with regard to the department and the secretary's authorities and decision-making, and I'm just not in a position to get ahead of decisions that she would be making with regard to this program.
Okay, I think I'm out of time now. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.